Aloha everyone, this is Wanda and Erica.
Aloha.
Erica is actually working on uploading another video that we just did recently, so she'll join in a few moments. Give her some time. We also have Pona here with us. We're still at the lovely beach that we were at earlier when we were doing our live feed on Aloha Mana Healing and Meditation page. And it is September 9th, and we are talking today, we did a live feed about questions and answers to how to nourish and cleanse and detoxify and protect your own body, mind, spirit, and space. And because we were getting a lot of interference with the wind and the internet connection, we wanted to do another video post so that everyone could watch us and get all of this beautiful information. So we did I think a question and answer session 2 weeks ago and 2 weeks prior to that, so this will be our third live, well, now it's going to be pre-recorded but live feed, right, on questions and answers. And we've been focusing on how to access the quantum field and what you can do to center yourself, ground yourself, clear your auric field, and access that quantum field. And part of that relates to how your space and environment is, how your body and mind are, and how your spirit is feeling. So we want to give focus to that today, and we're going to show you ways in which we actually keep our body nourished. And one of the ways that we keep our body nourished is Erica is actually a fruitarian, so she pretty much eats fruits. She was dealing with health concerns how many years ago?
About 2 years ago now.
2 years. And she'll jump in on the video a second. We'll make space for her. So it was about 2 years ago, and after she became a fruitarian, basically she didn't have any other situations going on. And I think you were dealing with kidney issues, yeah?
Yeah.
Kidney issues. So a lot of people you're going to find are basically becoming raw, vegan, vegetarians, things of that nature. I myself, I'm a vegetarian, and I've been on this journey for, I don't know, about 2 years now. And I want to talk to you about some superfoods. I basically started doing a superfood regimen in January, and I did it for 6 months straight. I already finished my green streak, but it's focused on superfoods. And the reason I like this superfood nourishing program is because it really gives you all of the vitamins and minerals and nutritional support that you could need in your day. And I basically allow these superfoods to nourish my body while taking some aminos, and I also focus on cleansing my gut and eating just mostly just vegetables and fruits, and no processed foods, no meats whatsoever, no dairy. And I wasn't even trying, but I was able to lose 25 pounds, which excited me to no end, because now I would like to drop another 25 pounds, which is what I weighed when I was living on Hawaii full time, before I start doing traveling and living between 3 states in the last 5 years, yeah? So, but we do want to point out something is when people are getting vegetarian, like I would say burgers, right? To be careful. Yeah. Be careful of the foods that you're getting. We're not
plant-based.
When you're getting plant-based foods, you want to make sure that they're organic and they're not genetically modified. So there are a couple burgers out there that are plant-based. We're not going to mention any names or companies. Just do your own research, that claim to be really healthy for you, but they're using genetically modified plants, and this is going to basically give your body an unhealthy internal system. So you don't want to do that. So everything that we talk about, we're going to actually post on the Aloha Mana Healing and Facebook page, so that you can link up to anything that calls your attention. If you want to do this Nourish, Detox, and Cleanse program, a 30-day program costs $315. And for some of you, that might be like a simple expense, but for others it might feel like too much. And so we have other detox programs. So I have these herbs, I don't know if you can see them, but There's 4 herbs in here, and this is a detox tea that I made. It's filled with Chinese herbs, and it basically helps to get rid of excess heat and toxins out of the body. And you would drink it for about 4 to 5 days, and something like that would range about let's say $25 to $55 on up, depending on the amount that you get. And anyone that exhibits any heat signs basically could use it to detox their body. And heat signs would be something like perhaps you have red eyes, perhaps you have constipation, irritability, allergies, things of that nature. Yeah, breakouts. Oh yeah, acne, maybe I've actually had people with herpes use it, for example, or things of that nature. The beginning of a cold. There's just so many things that you can use it for. So we're talking about nourishing and cleansing and detoxifying the body. Another thing that I like to use is Turmeric Force by New Chapter. I actually like to take this internally because basically it is an all-natural antimicrobial, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. And you have to be careful not to mix it with any, what was the medicine that they can't? Heart medicine. Yeah, you cannot mix it with heart medicine. So anybody that's on blood thinners, you would not prescribe turmeric force, even though it's an over-the-counter thing. And also women who are on their moon cycle, they would be careful not to take too much of that because it's going to help your blood to flow freely. But I've used turmeric force for topical open wounds. It's done really well, and I've also taken it internally, and I have a protocol that I use. Another thing that I do is I prescribe Chinese herbs in powder form and also tea form. Erica actually was making tinctures. She's not right now, but she's also made some all-natural tinctures to detoxify and cleanse the kidneys, the brain, the gut. And can you tell a little bit about that, how that worked?
Well, I went on a fruitarian diet. It was mostly fruits. I think it was 80% fruits, 20% vegetables, and herbal tinctures that I made with different herbs that were not Hawaiian herbs, but I incorporated some Hawaiian herbs with that. So it was just to mostly clean out the gut, and which cleared out. I also had some skin issues, so that was pretty much a lymphatic problem, or clogged lymphatic system, which I needed to clear, which took months. But the skin and the kidney felt a lot better, got a lot better in only a few weeks. But to really cleanse well, I stayed a fruitarian for a whole year and slowly worked my way to more vegetables than fruit, or 50-50 actually, and slowly incorporated fish, and I'm careful with the kind of fish that I have, no fried foods, and just slowly went back to regular diet. But I'm still having a lot of fruit every day. My mom loves that too. She's 95 and she's really strong, but yeah,
she comes from really good genes. 95-year-old mom.
Yeah. And just to keep everyone knows this, but we gotta, like she said in the previous video, that we should be cleaning out our gut maybe 4 times a year.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Erica mentions. Like in China, I'm training Chinese medicine and just a little bit of Hawaiian medicine, and Erica's trained in mostly Hawaiian medicine with some other modalities as well. And in Chinese medicine, the first thing we have to look at is the gut. How is the gut functioning? Because if the gut is not functioning, you're going to get lots of inflammation, and you're not going to get the nourishment from your foods. So when you have a car, you basically need to get your oil changed every 3,000 to 10,000 miles, depending on your car and the year it is. And people who don't get their oil changed, basically their cars don't work right. So if you're not cleansing out your gut at least a minimum of 1 time a year, you're gonna have issues. And that can range from what Erica was saying, like from acne to inflammation, having a problem with your kidneys, having all kinds of diseases such as irritable bowel syndrome, or perhaps you're having emotional imbalances. all of this relates back to how your gut is functioning. So when I'm working with anyone, I feel that every single person should always go on a cleanse. I mean, it's just that simple. And whatever cleanse you choose, there's many cleanses out there. I've done the master cleanse, which is a 10-day cleanse using water, cayenne pepper, and lemon. I've done the fruitarian cleanse. I found that I do better with vegetables. So I've also done a smoothie cleanse or a vegetable shake cleanse. And the one that I've liked the best for me, for her, it's been fruitarian cleanse.
And also, long time ago, I tried this Colonix. It's called Colon IX.
Colon IX,
and
yep.
That really worked really well if you want to look that up. And it does have a parasite cleanse that comes with it.
Yeah.
And and then you should really change your diet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
After.
The cleanse that the Nourish and Cleanse detox system that I use is a superfoods based one that also has a parasite cleanse. And let's just be honest here, if you can pinch more than an inch on your waist, then you most likely have parasites. That's a general rule of thumb. Whether they're seen or unseen, you have to put your stool in a microscope to figure it out. Sometimes people actually tell me like what's coming out in their stool, and it's kind of really gross. So be sure to do a cleanse at a minimum of 1 time a year. But remember, if you can pinch more than an inch, you most likely have parasites. Nobody wants to talk about it. And so then moving from the body, we go to the mind, and the mind is really, really important. And this is why it's Aloha Mana healing and meditation. Meditation is most important because it focuses on you getting out of your mind, and we all need to get out of our mind and into our heart. Easiest way to do that is take 3 big deep breaths and drop into your heart. That's the easiest way. Other things that you can do is you can practice the art of forgiveness, which we shared this on our last video feed. This is called the path to forgiveness. And you know, if you're holding on to any unforgiving feelings of anyone or anything that's going on in the world, or something that has happened to you, that is like having a bad grape in a bunch of grapes. And a bad grape will basically get to the other grapes. So you want to let go of anything that you're holding on to that's negative. So forgiveness, practicing the art of forgiveness is really, really important. Also, whatever spiritual faith that you have or religion that you belong to, what religion do you belong to, your family? Catholic. I was baptized Catholic, brought up as Christianity. My mom actually encouraged us to visit and understand all religions so that we could form our own relationship with God. I have my own relationship with God, as does Erica. And what I have found is that I really enjoy connecting with spirituality from indigenous peoples all over the world, because what you find is when you talk to different cultures and different people, they all have the same components. Love is at the heart of the matter for everything with spirituality. So if you want to basically, you know, clear your mind, you must have a loving grace within your mind so that your heart can be open to share love with everyone, right? So if you come up with spiritual books, this is a book that I have right now. It's called Ano Lani, Ano Honua, which is a heavenly nature and an earthly nature. It's another spiritual book that you can look into, but there's so many spiritual books out there. And so we highly recommend that you get involved with your own spiritual book. Is there a spiritual book or channel that you watch?
I watch Gaia a lot.
Yes.
Gaia TV. But I wanted to mention Ho'oponopono.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a way, it's a modality that Hawaiians use to it's about forgiveness. When kahunas will come to see our family and do a healing, and the way that he does that is that he will make sure that to let the family know about the main mantra of the Ho'oponopono, and that is I love you, I'm sorry, and please forgive me, asking for forgiveness. So forgiveness is a big part, you know, forgiving anything from the past, forgiving yourself and anyone involved from events that give you negative emotions. You know, clear that up with Ho'oponopono, and that is mainly just forgiveness.
Ho'oponopono is the art of forgiveness and bringing things back into balance. So if you can just imagine what it feels like when you get into an argument with your loved ones, whether it's your partner or a sibling or a parent or a child, it just feels awful. Even if it's with your friend, if you get into an argument or a disagreement, or what's going on in the world right now between political unrest and things of that nature, it just feels heavy and it feels awful. So we don't want to carry anything that weighs on us and gives us this negative feeling. So Ho'oponopono is the art of forgiveness, and letting the person that you feel some kind of way towards, let them know that you love them and that you're thankful for them, because in the end, we're all related. This is my sister, you're my brother, you're my family member. We are all related and all connected. So that's a really good reminder, the Ho'oponopono. Other things that we use to help clear the mind is we have rose quartz crystals. We have all kinds of crystals. And rose quartz, we had Jacqueline ask us earlier, how do you use rose quartz to clear and protect? And you gave her a good example. Do you want to share what you do with rose quartz?
What I do with rose quartz is when I feel like doing a meditation laying down in bed or on the floor, I will probably put this somewhere on my body, mostly on my heart and on my forehead, and do my meditation laying down. Because when you have these crystals, everything has an energy. It has an energy field, and of course we have an energy field. So you want to put it within your energy field, which is on your body. Mm-hmm. And to me, that will connect with your spirit if you can drop into a nice meditation and with good intentions, intending to heal whatever is ailing. And that's how I do it.
I sometimes will put a crystal next to my bed or under my pillow, depending on what I'm needing. Sometimes I advise people to put like a very, very tiny dark stone like obsidian or tourmaline, if they have it really, really, like just a shard of it, like it's really small. Tape it to the bottom of their foot on kidney 1, just to bring everything down and ground, and it also cleanses and purifies. So but it gets you out of your mind. So this is a really good thing. There's all kinds of crystals that you can use. You can also get a tincture made, a crystal tincture. It can be a tincture with crystals or a spray that has essential oils, and that can help to calm the mind. And then also saying prayers. Prayers are very, very potent. You can say a prayer, you can say a mantra, you can remind yourself of who you are, which is the essence of love. You can basically say Om Mani Padme, which is the general overall truth about compassion for all of humanity. So those are easy ways in which to cleanse your body and clear your mind. And then when we talk about your spirit, an easy way to cleanse your spirit is you can also work with crystals. There's selenite crystal, tourmaline crystal. They help to clear and protect. We also work with cleansing your spirit. You can use a smudging feather and sage. There's all types of sage. You can also use a Palo Santo stick, which I have used over here, and you can say a prayer, and that helps to clean your spirit, keep it very cleansed and open and present. You can also use essential oils. Frankincense and myrrh are wonderful for cleansing the spirit. Also, if you use the essence of rose, the rose flower, you can also use something basic like lemon and peppermint. And you could also, she has an organite crystal. Erica has made organite crystals for years. She's not making them right now. It's a lot of work, but you want to explain how this helps to keep the spirit and everything clear?
Right. I just put crystals in a mold with, what is it called? Resins. And so it's crystals, metals, and resins. And what this does together is just to clear the negative electromagnetic field or frequencies from your cell phone, your television, your computer. And this one at this size will probably work a 5 foot radius around this pyramid to clear any and scrub any harmful electromagnetic frequencies, which is harmful to plants, animals, and humans. So I would put this around the house near electronics, and I'll be making more soon. I've been thinking about it a lot. Everyone needs these. And I made bigger ones before, but I really enjoyed making them. And yeah, so this is a good one to have around the house.
Thank you. So we talked about clearing your body and your gut, clearing your mind, and clearing your spirit, having your spirit present. Another way to bring your spirit present is to do a grounding and inner child meditation so that your spirit is connected with you in your heart. Everything that we talk about, we're going to list in the bottom comments so that you can link up to anything that is of interest to you. We also have a new Detox, Nourish, and Cleanse program that we'll be offering on the 22nd, the solstice, the fall solstice of September. And so if anybody wants to be included in that, it doesn't cost anything to join. If there's something that you want to buy, such as the 30-day cleansing program, you can do that. Or if you just want to take advantage of free meditations and things of that nature, it will be on that closed group. So if you're interested, just put in the comments to add you to that page, and we will gladly add you. And you'll have all this information that we're going to feed you for 30 days. So we'll have something new every day that we're going to offer to that group, and it will be free unless it's something that you want to purchase, such as a crystal. Obviously that would cost money, for example. Another thing that you can do to, we're going to talk about space, clearing your space. So the thing is if you ever built a home, or have you ever purchased a new home or moved into a new apartment? The first thing I do, and I'm sure Erica does too, is you have the land and the space in the house, an apartment, cleared. And so you can have it cleared by a person who does clearings. We're trained in doing clearings. Not everybody wants to do a clearing because it's actually a dangerous kind of job. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to make sure that there are no energies that are going to get onto your body as you're doing the clearing. So I don't often offer that type of service, but I'll explain something to you. I was cleansing or clearing this office in Connecticut. It was a medical office, and I'm sure if they want to chime in, they'll share their experience with you. But before what I do is I meditate and I tap into this space, and I was like, holy cow, there are some really negative, dense energies. It actually took me a while before I went to the space because I really didn't want to go because it was so awful. And most people don't even understand that a space is carrying negative energies because no one's really trained to understand energy and how it affects you. And so anyway, I went to this medical office, and we went to all the different rooms in this medical office, and there was one room that had a unique structure in it. And I said, wow, this is a portal, and it's connecting to something else. And I asked what had been there before, and lo and behold, that room that has special structure in it actually had that area had been used to access telescopes for the cosmos, right? The cosmic field. And I was like, okay, no wonder this is like a portal. But anyway, there were certain rooms that had denser energies, and then there was one room we walk into, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on in here, but this room is so clear. It is the cleanest room of every office that we've been in. And sure enough, this one employee, when we spoke to this employee later, she shared with the owners of the medical practice that she had a cleansing system, a clearing system that she would perform morning and night every day. And that's why when I walked, so it's kind of like when you walk into a space and it feels really good, like this beach that we're on right now. It's so magnificent. The sand has green peridot in it, and I was told that when the Dalai Lama comes here, he just drops to his knees because the energy is so powerful. And sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, I just love to be around your energy. And that's because if you're keeping your body clear, if you're keeping your thoughts positive, if you're doing everything in your power to be this clear magnetic energy, people are gonna always want to be near you, right? This is why I love being here, more so than anywhere else in the world because of the energies here, right? So space clearing, it's really important that we clear a space before we even get there, move into it. And it's also important to clear it a minimum of once a year, but I would suggest every season. And also anytime that you find yourself getting into a disagreement or an argument with a family member within your space, clear the energies, because if we're getting to an argument, that means there are denser energies in the space, yeah? So the way to clear a space is by using sage, by using Palo Santo, by using crystals, by using the organite crystals. You can get a spray. Erica and I also make sprays that clean body, mind, spirit, and space. It has essential oils in it. And then this is a kit that Asami and I had made, and I'm making more now here on Kauai. And it has like sage, Palo Santo, it has crystals, and they each have feathers in them. And the feather is used to waft the Palo Santo smoke and stuff like that. So, and there's also instructions on how you clear yourself. So you don't just wave smoke around. You actually have to say a prayer and a mantra. You have to have set intentions on how to clear a space. So this tells you how to purify a space, cleanse a space, how to cleanse yourself, and how to cleanse another. This is really important. Every single family should have a detoxing purification kit. It's very basic. And things like this range from anywhere from $30 to $80 on up, but basic. You can get a smudge stick for like, I don't know, 20 bucks or 15 bucks. It's very simple. And in terms of spaces, you can also have amulets. So amulets are very protective. You can have a chain amulet. You can have an amulet that goes in your automobile. This is Ponamu, which is a special stone that comes from Aotearoa, and our Maori friend Te Kaha made this, and this is very protective, and it also helps me to connect with my ancestors. I also wear this, which is a sunrise shell that is specific to the Hawaiian Islands. I was also gifted this beautiful seashell from a young kahuna here on the island long ago on my birthday. And then you can also use the spray, the mist, and you can say prayers and candles, but keep your candles safe and obviously with something under them. And you can also use herbs that are burned safely and put them in each room with a prayer and a chant to also clear the space as well. Is there anything else that you do besides the organite crystals and the crystals to clear space for you?
I've been using these.
Oh, the sage kits.
Sage, yeah.
The purification kits are just amazing because you can use it for all sorts of purposes: body, mind, spirit, for yourself, for your family members, for your home, for your workspace, for your car. You know, if you have somebody that keeps getting flat tires, clear the energy of the car, right? If you have somebody that keeps getting into fights with their significant loved one, clear the energy of the house. If you have a deal that you're looking to have, you know, be very successful in your office, or you have something that you want to really do well, clear the space within your office, right? Even animals can pick up energies. So it's easy to just say a little chant and prayer and cleanse an animal as well, right? So we were covering, again, how to clear your body, your mind, your spirit, and your space. There's so many ways, and we are going to do a 30-day program starting this equinox, which will be September 22nd. Anybody that wants to join, it is a free program. However, if you want to, depending on what you're detoxing from, like some people might be detoxing from cigarettes or alcohol. Some people might be detoxing from their thoughts, from depression, from having an emotional instability. Some people might be detoxing for their gut. So depending on what you're looking for, we're going to recommend different things that you can use to detox. And there will be costs for those different things if they're things that are outside of what we're offering for free. What we're offering for free is guided meditation, some Qigong, some Taoist yoga meditation. We're going to have so many things that we're going to offer for free. And we're excited for all of you to join us. We are going to pick up again in 2 weeks' time with another Q&A. Yeah. Okay. And hopefully we'll have a better connection. But we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today and being patient with us with the internet connection. We will post the guided meditation that's already recorded for Aloha Mana healing meditation, and then we'll also post this video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments, and we will be glad to answer them. Send us a private message, whatever it is that you like. We're going to send you much love, and
Aloha.
we'll talk to you next time. And until then, see you soon. Aloha.
Mahalo.